Hey guys, Victor here. Before we get started with today's episode, I'd like to officially announce that Tech Heads is on Patreon, where you can support the show for as little as $5. It is absolutely not expected of any of you guys to do so, but we really appreciate every penny. This goes towards helping us with the cost of gear, editing, distribution, and keeping us caffeinated. So if you want to show your support, feel free to check us out on patreon.com/techheads.
4,
Now
3,
on with the show.
2, 1. So, here we go.
How you all feel tonight?
Tech Heads back once again. Welcome everybody to the show. So listen, I have to come clean about something because unfortunately, Anna will not be joining us today. I know. Hey, you in the back, you can't say that anymore. I know you guys are upset. So yeah, I think we can all agree, the show just isn't the same without her. Oh wait, and by the way, that angry mob sound, I went on YouTube and I looked up angry crowds, and all that kept coming up was these video sound clips of crows just cacawing, and I was like, what the heck is happening? I was after the third video, I realized that I spelled crowds wrong. I spelled it as crows.
Oh my god, that's hilarious.
Yeah, but anyways, so she's studying her butt off actually for, I guess, a hell of a test. So naturally, when she asked for the week off to study, I threatened her, and I said, if you wanna, it just sounds like you're not taking the show seriously anymore. So I might have to give you the boot next time you do this and bring on someone else. So once she understood that I was totally kidding, I said, no worries, I actually have somebody in mind. And I've always wanted to have him on the show. I've watched him kind of grow up throughout the years, which is pretty cool. I've watched him grow into the man he is today. I consider him not just a close friend, but a brother. So will you all please join me in giving our guest co-host a big round of applause, Niko Karamitos.
Woo! Hey everyone. Thanks for having me on the show, Vic. I'm really excited to be here, obviously.
Yeah, dude, thank you for coming. One thing I do want to mention is that I know earlier we agreed beforehand that I could call you Niko Parmesan.
You could call me Niko Parmesan.
Yeah, I scrapped that last minute.
Okay.
I thought Niko Karamitos would be the move. So.
I like calamari. That's a good one.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
For sure.
So Niko?
Yes.
Niko.
Yes.
Thank you for doing the show with me today.
Oh my God, thank you.
I'm really excited to have you here. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling pumped, honestly. I'm finally, into the thick of it, as they have been saying recently, And now my whole life in the tech world is opening up another layer now that I'm on the show.
Amazing. I'd love to hear that. Been on many podcasts before?
Joe Rogan Experience a few times.
I don't know.
Just a few big time podcasts, Just kidding. I have not.
Well, I hope you can enjoy your first one. I hope it's everything you hoped it would be. Do you listen to podcasts though?
I do, yeah. Okay. I mean, recently, because I've been so bored with music, I'm I need intellect,
Mm-hmm,
and so then, sometimes it's a comedy one, and then a lot of times it's Tech Heads, so,
You listen to Tech Heads?
I do.
Wow, amazing.
Wow. Real life fan here.
Wow. So I don't know if I even need to do this then. So I kind of want to fill you in.
Okay.
With actually you wouldn't know because it hasn't released yet. So I'm gonna fill you in on
footage.
Yeah, it comes out tomorrow.
Ooh, exciting.
Yeah, but for everybody listening right now, it's been out for a week. So let me just catch you up on something that you would never know because you haven't heard the episode. So last episode we talked about crypto and blockchain development, which I actually started kind of deep diving even more after recording that episode. It felt kind of rushed getting ready for that episode, but I learned oh my God, this stuff is so sick. So right now I'm pretty focused on the crypto world and allocating a little more money towards it and just like getting more familiar with how you might make some like decentralized apps or something like that, whatever. I'm just trying to get more familiar with like crypto, basically.
Of course.
Nothing serious at all though, just like some videos here and there, and like I haven't started any projects whatsoever.
For sure, yeah.
But
I've been there with you too. Sorry.
Yeah. But I am still kind of chugging away on this Mevin project that I mentioned a few episodes ago, and it's just like this stupid to-do app that I'm watching somebody else do, but I'm taking like meticulous notes so I can get a little more familiar with the stack, and then I'm also like doing it along with the dude, so that's kind of cool. But I want to bring it back to blockchain development before I get too sidetracked. So do you think you can tell the listeners about your experience with Solidity, which we all know, of course, is the popular programming language for making smart contracts?
My experience with it?
Yeah, I'm just messing with you.
Okay. I was like, oh my God, I am so unprepared right now.
I know. I was like, oh, dude, nothing.
That's so funny.
You don't have to prepare whatsoever. You just have to bring a recommendation.
Uh-huh.
I throw you a curveball
here
about
I
Solidity.
I could have BS'd it. I could have done it.
I was actually, I paused to like see if you would actually just be like, oh yeah, Solidity. I mean, it's like super solid programming language.
Yeah, I was going to say, oh, it's pretty solid.
Well, so first things first, you're in school currently, right?
I am. Yep. Third year. Chugging
Third year?
away. Yeah. I mean, like, it's third
Yeah.
year, but a transfer student. So it's like basically
Right.
like a first year, but your third year of college. Yeah.
Are you comfortable with telling us where you go and what you're majoring in?
I am, because I hope that I get fans and that they follow me around school. So please come and cheer me on as I walk down the hallways of UCF, University of Central Florida, and I am in fact a computer science major. Thank you, Victor. Because it was gonna be. Oh, sorry.
We'll get into that.
Yeah.
How that really happened, but how do you like it so far? First of all.
Honestly been loving it. I mean, right now it's only like it's concepts of computer science is the only class they let me take. So, but for being like almost like an intro to an intro class, it's been great because it's like, just Python basically the whole class. And it was like the first class you start coding. So that's what I wanted, and so I'm happy.
So would you say that's your favorite class so far?
Oh, 100%. Yeah, the other ones are just like, still gen ed classes, nothing interesting going on. Yeah.
Do you have a least favorite one?
Least favorite right now? Ooh, I'm not a biology person at all. But yeah, probably biology.
Oh, they're making you take bio.
That's what I'm
right
saying.
now?
I went through Calc 3, I went through Physics 2 with Calc, and then it's like, oh, you also have to take biology 1. So, yeah. For some reason.
So since you made it through Calc 3 and Physics 2, are they expecting you to do another Physics, and then are they also expecting you to do like DiffyQ?
I think DiffyQ is the last math class I'll have to take. Not
Yeah,
sure
that
why
makes
they
sense.
put me in statistics, because I already have like up through Calc 3, and I think there's like 2 routes that you can go. It's like stat or Calc. So
Is it like just stat, or is it probability and statistics? Do you know?
right now I'm just in statistics 1.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, it feels like a time waster, but it's important.
Yeah. Damn. I mean, that'd be nice if that could replace DiffyQ. That'd be
It
pretty
would
cool.
be great, but it doesn't. That's the only thing.
Yeah.
It sucks, yeah.
Yeah. Wait, and did you say you have to do another Physics?
No, actually, I should be done with my science courses because I've taken Chem 1. Yeah.
Gotta be a good feeling.
Oh,
when you're
yeah,
done
it
with
is.
Physics. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
So, okay, so what was the plan before you transferred and, decided to go this route? Because, like, I'm sure you went to college initially thinking maybe you were going to figure it out when you got there, maybe, or you had something in mind
Yeah.
beforehand. So, like, kind of walk us through, like, what was your thinking process behind getting to where you are now?
So, as you already know, not the crowd, but you,
Of course.
I went in and I was definitely like, I don't know why, but like I was definitely like, oh, business it is. And I was going to try and do finance. And little did I know the finance program at the school that I was trying to get into at the time I think they accept about 9 transfers a year into their program. So it was like, I don't imagine that happening. Even if you had a 4.0 and perfect grades, it's like, oh, you're not doing that. So I'm like, this is not me. My classes were just not lining up. Took accounting, right? And then all of a sudden I was like, I think I want to do something in the engineering field. So then I considered mechanical and computer engineering. And I'm like, I think computer engineering would be really cool. So that's where I talked to you. And
right.
yeah, we had like an hour plus long conversation after like not talking for like probably a year at least. And then it was just like, you just kind of clarified. It's like, listen, if you're going to do that, do computer science, don't do computer engineering. I was like, yeah, you're right, So, yeah.
No hate to the CE kids out there, like, love for all of you.
No,
okay, maybe a little bit. Yeah, exactly. So then you decided, like, okay, CS is going to be the move. So you probably finished up like whatever semester you were currently in, and then you were like, all right, let me look at all the courses that I need to get out of the way as soon as possible.
Exactly. So then that took it just like, it was like, okay, well, this semester you're going to have to take Calc, then you're going to have to do Calc 2 and Calc 3, and you're going to have to finish all these science courses. So I was like, okay, this is going to be quite a bit of work, but we got this. And long time coming, finally, I'm somewhere that I'm happy.
So did you move from where you were before to Orlando?
I did, yeah. I was over in Gainesville and trying to get into UF, through their like, not community college, but their state college there. And then things worked out differently than I expected, but I'm really happy where I am now and found my little pocket.
Yeah. Well, I'm not sure if you know or if we just haven't mentioned it in a long time, but Anna, she does UF online right now, and she's in Orlando.
Way. Oh, yeah. That's really cool.
Yeah. So she did biotech at UCF, and then she decided like, oh, that wasn't really the field that I want to keep staying in, because she ended up working somewhere for quite a long time, but then she was like, I don't know, I want to get into like more like coding or whatever, like see what else is out there for me. So then she did a boot camp for like through UCF, like the full stack boot camp for Tech Me. Yeah. So she did that, and then she like got her first job. That's where we met, at the same job. But then she decided like to go back to school and like go for computer science, because she loved the boot camp, but she wanted to get like that into the nitty gritty of it and just like do a 4-year degree in it essentially. So she's gonna be done, I think, in December with her CS degree from UF. So
well done, Anna.
So we're giving her a little break as she like, because we want her to graduate. So
I guess, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, you guys are in the same. You're not in the same town, because Orlando is like freaking.
It's like a state huge in itself.
Exactly. Yeah. So yeah, she's cool. You both are like 3,000 miles away from me.
Yeah.
Boo. I know. Well, if the Patreon takes off, patreon.com/techheads, if that takes off, I'll be able to use that to pay for my tickets home, and then we can do in-person pods every once in a while, guys. So, that'd be kind of cool. Because I don't know, like the dynamic, awesome. Like it's nice online. It's the best you can do, but it's definitely not as good as it could be, Like in person, just a whole other level.
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah.
And like internet connection. Like I feel like you have great internet connection.
Do I?
I think so.
Oh my gosh, I hope so, because just I'm not going to talk about it because I believe in superstition a little bit. So okay. I'm not going to jinx myself right now.
Got it.
Oh yeah.
I hope your desk is made of wood.
It is. There you go. Thank goodness.
So did you, I don't even know if I mentioned when we talked about, what you wanted to know the differences between all the different routes you could take. I don't even know if I talked about a boot camp or if I mentioned that I did one.
You did, actually. And I remember I had seen you, I'd seen you a few months before in person.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
And so we talked there, and you were telling me that you'd been doing a boot camp, and I was like, oh, that's really cool. I can never do that. And that was before I had even like considered changing routes. So yeah, and you told me like all these different options, and basically explained, you're like, listen, if you're like the best, it's like you don't need a degree. You just like have to be good at what you do, and like understand what you're doing to get a job in the field. And so I was like, oh, that's cool.
I mean, that's also just me validating the fact that I dropped out of college, and I'm like, I'll be fine.
No, I believe it. I believe it.
Yeah.
I think one of the things. Oh, sorry. After you.
Oh, please. You're the guest
Oh no, I
co-host.
was just
Go
gonna
ahead.
say. I think one of your lines that sold me in that conversation. You said, it's basically like you're given the tools to create anything you want, and you can just do it. And I was like, oh, that's cool. And that was it.
That's so funny. I don't remember that.
I like wrote it down.
But I stand by that. I'm pretty wise. I'll mention that.
You are.
That's
for
funny. So, did HBO's Silicon Valley stir you in this direction also?
Oh yeah, definitely. I was in the midst of, I think I was in season 4 when we had that conversation. It was like changing. Everything was just like flipped around in my life. Just those long like sitting there trying to figure out what I want to do with my life, and then it's like, this show's funny.
I want a funny life.
I want a funny life. Yeah, I want to do that. That's cool. And yeah, it definitely did.
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of the people listening right now, and myself included, we've all kind of been through something similar to that, where like we started something, maybe it was like a college degree or whatever, or a program, and it was just like, this isn't actually turning out to be what I wanted it to be. So
yeah,
I'm gonna look around and see what I can do. So like when I was in that zone, I don't really think I had anybody. I didn't know anybody who like was a web developer yet. Personally, like I had known about it or whatever here and there, and I had taken a few different coding classes or whatever, but even then I didn't really understand the potential of just learning the basics and like how it can pay off in the long run if you just apply yourself. But I had somebody on the pod early in the show, Kevin. He did a boot camp, and he's mostly the reason I even went for it. He's like, dude, just do it. Like,
oh man,
yeah. So like it was so cool that like I knew somebody who did it. Otherwise, I probably wouldn't have done it and made this career choice. So like, yeah, I think a lot of it does stem from like surrounding yourself with like people, like-minded people who like who are doing cool things that you want to do also. So it's like, find those people if you're listening. If you don't have that, like find the people that you kind of want to be around or like be like or do what they're doing, and then just like kind of figure out what they did to get to the point that they're at. So and that's kind of what I think we did. Like we talked about like what I think you should do, and like I didn't have somebody that clear sitting down with me saying like do this, like so whenever somebody does reach out and they're like, hey, like how did you get to where you're at, which I'm not some like master or anything. I'm still a freaking junior at my company, but just helping people get their foot in the door. That's all I really want to do.
Definitely. And you definitely helped me with that, because here's something. So like based off of that, what you were just saying. So I remember having these conversations like as I was getting older and, getting to the end of high school. It's like, okay, you have to pick a way that you're like decide what you're going to do with your life. Right. And do you like, my dad would ask, hey, I have a friend who's in finance, or he has a son that's in finance. Why don't you talk to them and ask them questions? Hey, I have a buddy who I considered architecture for a while. Hey, I have some, friends who've done architecture. You want to talk to them? And I always got so nervous. I'm like, I have no idea like what I want to talk to them about, like what I would even ask. And so something that was so different when I talked to you about it, it was like, hey, I don't know if I'm like sounding like an idiot wanting to get into this, so late in my life. I think I was 18 or 19 at the time. I'm like, why am I doing this like now when there's like kids that started at like 10 years old? And you're like, dude, are you kidding me? No, you could like start anytime and like this, And so I think just like being able to ask you those questions and talk about everything that you went through and suggestions for me, that really, really helped like make everything a lot clearer.
Yeah, because I was in the same boat also. I didn't want to ask anybody, like I didn't want to come across as like stupid, obviously. Like,
that's how I felt.
Yeah, I get that, and you didn't, obviously. Like,
thank God.
Such fair questions. Like I'd wished I had the confidence to ask those sorts of questions to people. So yeah, it's like, professors always say that. They're like, there's no such thing as a stupid question,
and then you feel like an idiot after it.
It's on the board.
You're like, damn it.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, enough of. We don't want to get too deep. So, do you game at all?
Oh yeah, of course I do. And
okay.
Yeah, unfortunately, lately I'm gonna get a lot of hate for this one, but I can't stop myself from playing Fortnite. It is so fun at night. I don't know what it is. That's like,
That's why they call it Fortnite. They want you to play it at night. So
you're right.
Yeah. So how long have you been playing Fortnite?
I've
never played it.
Oh, you haven't?
No.
See, it gets so much hate, but it actually is fun. Like if you have some friends to play with, you can make it stupid, and and it's just a fun game. I've only been playing like a year or two. That's just like that. I don't know what to play. Let's play that.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I've seen people play it, and I've been like in the same room where people are playing with other people in other parts of the state or whatever. And I did think that it's really cool that you can do that and just like hop on with buddies or whatever and play.
Yeah, that's the appeal.
Dude, I just know I would be so bad at. Oh, you know what? I lied. I think I took some little girl's iPad and like played a little because she was playing, and she's like, "Oh, God. Play!" And like obviously I didn't know how to play the game, and it's like touch screen. Like, how am I gonna?
So difficult.
So I just completely died immediately, and I was like, okay, I'm never going to play this game ever again.
Yeah. I don't know how people can play touchscreen. My little cousin, he's 13 now. The kid, he plays on his PC, and you just hear like with his keyboard and stuff, and he's just nuts with it. But like I would watch him play like mobile, and I'm like, how are you playing like you were on a console? Like, this is ridiculous.
Right.
It's the younger generation, youngsters.
Screw them.
Yeah,
I mean, I mostly play on PlayStation.
You do?
Yeah, I got a PS5, so
cool.
I recently like got back into gaming because before I would play Nintendo Switch a little bit here and there.
Yeah,
play, like Breath of the Wild or like Mario Kart or Mario Party, stuff like that. But then I secured the PS5 eventually, got one, and thank you.
Yep.
So right now I'm playing Red Dead Redemption a little bit.
Oh, the best.
Yeah, it's my first time playing it.
Oh my God,
it's been
so
for a while.
Fun. Yeah, you can just be an outlaw and just do cowboy things.
Whenever I pet my dog now, I go, "You're all right, boy." That's what he does to the horse.
Arthur Morgan.
I'm just bummed that they don't have a PS5 version, so I have the PS4 version.
Oh, they don't?
No, but it looks way better.
Oh,
definitely.
I'm sure. Yeah.
Yeah, but what else did I get through?
A few moments later.
Watch Dogs Legion, Hitman 3.
Oh, how was Watch Dogs? I want to play that because I played the first two and they're amazing.
Yeah, I loved the third one. I didn't play the second one, and I loved the first one.
First one's like better than the second for sure. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's what I heard. But yeah, the third one, it took me like a couple missions to kind of be like, okay, like this is interesting.
Yeah.
But after a while, I was like, oh, this is actually amazing.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Maybe the story isn't as strong, but the graphics are insane. There's more you can do. It's also London, so it's like all of London, and it's a little bit in the future. And there's some bonus content that you can get after you complete the game, I think, or you can just buy it whenever, where you can play as Aiden Pierce in London.
Oh my God, no way. That's so cool.
Oh. Yeah.
I love how one of the coolest things is like there's always like Easter eggs. Like I forget what it was, but there was an Easter egg in one of the Assassin's Creed like more recent games where like it referred to, or maybe it was Watch Dogs referring to the new Assassin's Creed game because they're both Ubisoft, right?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, so it was like one of them like had, I think it was Watch Dogs, there was like a poster in some building of like the new Assassin's Creed game before it ever got like mentioned as like what it was gonna be. So it was just cool, you know. Gaming collides.
Right. Yeah, I like the settings of the levels in Watch Dogs 3 more. They're in
Yeah.
like these cool big buildings and like huge server
cool.
rooms, and you have to like
Yeah.
hack in the mainframe. But I
Press
guess like some people
square.
complain that it seems a little repetitive, but I didn't think so at all. I thought it was a great story, and
Oh yeah.
and even the Aiden Pierce bonus content was great. It was like
That's so
a solid like extra maybe 5 hours of playtime. Like
Wow, really?
yeah, whole other game essentially. It's great.
Oh, that's so cool. Yeah. The second one, what was cool about the second one was that it was, the way you could describe it is that it was GTA meets Silicon Valley.
Is it sort of in San Francisco?
Yeah, it's all over San Francisco, and it's
I
like
gotcha.
all the tech weirdos and stuff. It was fun, you know.
I might pick it up. Just I'm sure it's super
Why
cheap.
not?
So
Yeah, I'm sure at this point. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
a fun one.
Did you ever play Ratchet and Clank when you were younger? Or?
Yes, on my PSP.
Wow.
Yeah, that was the best. Those were the days.
The new one is great. I finished it pretty recently and I loved it.
Really? Oh, it looked
Dude.
really cool. I remember seeing like gameplay of it, and I was like, oh my god. Yeah.
Well, it was a PS5 release, so it like just it looks beautiful. They take advantage of all the new features on the remote. Like it feels so good.
Oh, that's so fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. I still haven't physically played a PS5 yet. My cousin has one. I know like a bunch of people that have them. I still haven't gotten my hands on it yet, and I'm so jealous.
Yeah, dude, it was a lot of work. I started out just like I went to Target and I was like, "Do you have any PS5s?" Like a dumbass. And the guy was like, "No."
Spits in your face.
And I was like, "Oh, dang, like I just saw like on Twitter or whatever that they came out today that you got a stock." He's like, "Yeah, they're gone before we even released them." And that's when I realized like, "Oh, I have been so out of the loop. Like I had no idea it was that hard to get one." So then I downloaded this bot that I ran on my terminal for a couple days, just like checking stock at every single big store. So it would tell me if they were in stock, and then as soon as I got the green light on the terminal, I would go and try to buy it, and of course I would miss the mark. So I realized that I need to have more than one bot going. So I just go on YouTube and I found all these people running the bots and then just live streaming them to people.
Oh my god, that is so cool.
So I had like
using your own advantages.
So like not running the bot made my computer run a little faster, so I could run a bunch of these live streams. So it was a good trade off. So eventually I got, I think it was from Best Buy, and there was so many times where like it would be on like Amazon or Target, and then I would hit checkout. I would have like everything pre-saved, like my credit card, my name, my address, like everything.
Not good enough.
Yeah, it would be like, sorry, there was an error, and then like I'd go on Twitter and like talk shit with all the other people, and it was a good time. Oh, the other thing was get Ethereum up a lot.
Yeah, I surprisingly bought any of, and I feel like a total idiot. Like I'm almost embarrassed to say that, but go world, I'm an idiot.
Well, I was honestly doing the blockchain episode that made me realize, like, oh my god, like, I think there's more to Ethereum than I ever thought. Like,
yeah.
I was such a dummy. And like, Ethereum is what powers smart contracts and like dApps and like all these big projects coming out like that blockchain developers need to work on. And I guess Ethereum is going to be what you would use to interact with these decentralized apps and like DeFi.
Really?
Yeah, so like Bitcoin doesn't have the ability to make smart contracts as far as I'm aware, but like with something like I mentioned Solidity, which is a programming language. God, I can't. Can't talk. To work I personally think it's company says that it has, quote, no indication that login credentials have been exposed and that full credit cards were not exposed. Hackers have so far leaked data that includes source code, Steam competitor from Amazon Game Studios, and details of creator payouts. So like there was a bunch of screenshots of like Excel sheets of what people on Twitch, like bigger Twitch people, what they made that year.
Wow, yeah.
Stuff like that. But let's see, like, yeah, an anonymous poster on the 4chan messaging board released 125 gigabyte torrent earlier
My God.
the day of the hack, and it included the entirety of Twitch and its commit history, so everything in the source code in this file. So also this leak was only labeled as part 1. So
what?
So the hacker seems to have more lined up.
He's waiting.
Yeah. So who knows? Like the next one could be like user passwords, credit cards, like because it seemed like yeah. Well, the first one clearly targeted Twitch as a company because it went after their unreleased Steam competitor, the company's like source code. You know, it was targeting Twitch. But then like part 2, like it could be going for the users, or you know, who knows what they have lined up.
Man.
So anyone with a Twitch account out there, might be a smart move to change your password and enable maybe some MFA, whatever. But then after reading that article, I came across another article, and I think it was maybe a couple days after that it was released. So this might be part 2 of that hack. Nobody has really connected the dots yet. It just seems like it's, you know, such weird timing that it has to be. So who knows? But yeah, basically Twitch isn't having a great week because hackers also defaced Twitch for hours by replacing a ton of background images with photos of Jeff Bezos. Former Amazon CEO, for the people who don't know.
Yes.
But so
that is hilarious.
Yeah, so like his face is just like, you would go to somebody's Twitch profile to like watch their videos, and then you'd see Jeff Bezos like just there. And I guess it happened like really early in the morning because like it was up for a couple hours.
Wow, that's hilarious. I wish I would have seen it. That would have been funny.
Yeah,
Be a part of history.
I know. Yeah, I didn't catch it in time, but who knows? Maybe there might be more leaks coming out. So yeah, like I said, if you have Twitch, change your password. Maybe take your credit card off and use something like privacy.com. And then yeah, do multi-factor authentication somehow for sure.
That's MFA. Oh, okay, cool. Didn't know what that was.
Yeah, I mean it's great. It's really safe, but there are some drawbacks. Like if you do SMS MFA, then like as long as the person has access to your phone somehow, like I don't know if they have to have your SIM card or whatever, but I'm sure like they can get access to your phone. All they have to do is get that text, the verification number. So like it's not the safest, but it's definitely
an extra
something.
Step. It makes it a little harder.
Yeah, but I think a great one is when it calls your phone and then you have to hit a button to authenticate. That's what we do at work.
Okay.
Yeah, so whenever I have to log into anything, that's how it is, and that's how my old school was too. If we ever had to log into anything, so like I mean, it's something. Mm-hmm. Well, do you want to hop into recommendations then?
I would love to hop into that. Yeah, of course.
Right. Why don't you go first? I know you have a cool one, and this kind of relates to Ethereum and crypto NFTs. Yeah.
So my recommendation is this this cool company that I'm sure there's other companies that do this, but the one that I saw that was like most, you know, ahead of it and like the most popular, it was called TokenFrame. And TokenFrame is basically a company that makes like digital picture frames that, you know, it's like this really cool looking picture frame goes on your wall. You stick in like a USB with like an NFT that you might own. And so you can like, you know, instead of just having the NFT on your phone or computer, wherever you have it, like you can actually just display it in your house. Like, you know, you buy a piece of art, it's the same exact thing. You hang it in your house, or, you know, at least do that. So it's a frame for your NFT basically. Yeah, TokenFrame.
TokenFrame. All right. I don't own it. Do you have any NFTs?
No, unfortunately not. I've been looking at a few, but don't know which ones.
Yeah, I think Anna's not a fan of them, which I get, but
Yeah, I get it.
There's a bigger application to them than I realized, because I just looked at them as like little clips of art that you could have.
Oh yeah, it's like a whole rabbit hole. I have a cousin that has actually a really, really amazing. If I could recommend one more thing, sorry
Please,
about that.
go ahead. Yeah.
Anyone that might want to be like getting into crypto, my cousin made a really cool newsletter that he does like every week. You can sign up for it. It's called Mr. Fox. Or hold on, let me confirm that. But anyways, he does a really cool, like, he started at the beginning, and basically it was like intro, like if you want to get into crypto, this is like the steps that you should take. And he just does a really thorough, good job of writing all these things. It is Mr. Fox, newsletter.
Okay.
It's on Substack.
Substack.com. Okay.
Yeah. So he just does it. He honestly does a really, really good job of just going in depth and like some news that's coming out about NFTs and crypto and stuff. So that's another recommendation. Thanks.
That'll be in the link. That'll be down below in the description. So
cool.
Everybody enjoy that. My recommendation, it's called Clearbit, and it's a website visitor tracking software where you just copy a little script from the site, and then you paste it in like your HTML file before the closing head tag, probably. Yeah, like somewhere. You put it in your file, and it's like, it's just a little tiny script. And what it does, it tracks... I think it tracks the IP addresses of like big companies. It doesn't track like private users. So like basically what it does, it sends you a weekly report of what companies visited your website that week. Yeah.
That's
so
really cool.
And it goes off the IP address of that company, so that's how it knows.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really know exactly who this targets, because this probably wouldn't apply to me, because I don't think big companies visit my site or whatever. But this might be good for people with like a startup who want other companies to use their SaaS products, maybe, or like it doesn't even have to be like a SaaS product. It can be just like if you're a B2B business of some sort and you want to reach out to the people who you see visited your site but didn't fill out some online inquiry form. Like this might increase your conversion rate or whatever. So might be a good idea if you haven't done it already. I like it. From what I've seen, it seems really lightweight, because, like I said, all you do is just paste a script in your file, and then you don't have to install anything, obviously, and you just get the email weekly of the report. So it seems really cool. That's my recommendation. I'll put that below as well. Clearbit, and super free and super chill. So
cool. That's really cool.
Yeah. I just say, all joking aside, that you certainly came in clutch today, Niko.
Thank you.
I put up the bat signal, or I guess the Niko signal.
The Niko signal.
And you came to the rescue, no questions asked. So for that, I thank you, and the audience thanks you, I'm sure. What do you guys think? Okay.
Oh, all right. No worries, guys. Please. I'm embarrassed.
I certainly couldn't do this alone today, so thanks so much for joining us, Niko Karamitos.
Thank you.
Okay, well, do you want to shout out your socials or anything like that?
Oh, yeah, sure, why not? It's just like Niko Karamitos, Niko, and then like my Twitter, if anyone wants to follow. I retweet some good stuff, but not anything like, I don't tweet anything special.
This is just crypto one?
Just like TARS, and then if you look up like 5757, you'll probably find it. I'll send it to Vic, and he can.
Perfect.
I retweet decent stuff every once in a while.
I could use that, because
cool.
I'm trying to be more aware of the crypto sphere as well. So I could use that.
I just shouted myself out.
Yeah, there you go. Oh, on the Discord you mentioned earlier, by the way, is that something that anyone can hop on?
I'm not sure. I believe you have to be invited. I can't tell, honestly.
Okay,
that's
fine.
I could invite you for sure, though.
Oh yeah, please do.
I will do that. Yeah.
Yeah, honestly, screw the listeners. Just get me on there.
Yeah, we don't care about you. Just kidding.
Okay. All right. Well, yeah. Once again, dude, thank you so much for
Oh my God,
coming
thank
on this.
you.
I really appreciate it. And we definitely want to have you back on eventually. Like maybe
Yay.
it'll be me and Anna and you as well. Maybe we can do a.
That would be super fun. Yeah. I
Yeah,
would love
just-
that. Plus, I learn. Yeah, that would be cool.
Dude, same. That's all we do every week. So
Nice.
that's the goal, at least. Well, make sure everybody, if you're listening, you don't have to, but if you feel like it, go on patreon.com/techheads. You can support the show, yada yada yada. Give us like $1 if you want, or $5.
I'm gonna be the jerk here.
Yeah.
You have to. You have to. Okay. This is a threat. You have to go on Patreon and do this.
I didn't say it. He did.
Exactly.
All right. You can email us at techheadspod@gmail.com. You can tweet us. It's like probably techheadspod on Twitter as well. We're also on YouTube. If you don't I don't know, you're listening to this somehow. So if you're comfortable with the way you're listening to it, don't change anything. Do whatever you want. But we're on YouTube. We're on Spotify. We're on Apple Music. We're on Amazon. We're on Simplecast. I think we're on basically everything. So yeah, there's that. And I think I got all that stuff out of the way. Make sure you give us good ratings too if you like the show, because we could use a little more ratings. We want more people to listen. And that was the other thing. We're also on dev.to. That was pretty recent, but yeah, it's a cool little site for developers mainly, and it's kind of like just people posting their own blogs, and they talk about like, oh, this is why I think TypeScript is going to take over JavaScript, like stuff like that, or like they might even do a quick little tutorial on how to do something. It's a great site, but they also promote podcasts, and our podcast is on there, so they automatically post ours every week. So that's pretty cool. Thank you for the invite to that. Awesome. All right. Well, with that being said, Tech Heads out. We will see you all in 1 week. Peace out. Bye.
Peace out. Thank you.